So to replace the timing screw, the first thing you want to do is loosen these set screws here. There's one here, and there's one here. And then the second thing you want to do is loosen this hand knob and remove it. And then gently tap with a mallet to knock this arm off. And it will slide right out of here. Once the arm is off, you take the screw and it should come right off of this shaft. And there's a locating pin right there. So when you put the screw back on, just align it with the locating pin, slide right there, put the arm on, and you're good to go. So to remove the mandrel, we're going to remove these thumb screws. Now we're going to loosen the side rollers. Now I'm going to remove the film.
Note that power is off at this point.
Take this, I'm going to rotate this. It comes right out. So to put the mandrel back in, we're going to put the guide in the mandrel gently. Then we're going to start to place this sleeve. Just going to work it down. And the goal is to get the sleeve over the two bearings. Now I'm going to raise it up, rotate. Now I'm going to align the two bearings with the two side rollers and then tighten the rollers down. And you don't want it too tight, you just want it snug so the mandrel doesn't fall down. Okay, you're good to go. Place the thumb screws back in. Then we'll close the door, push reset. We'll jog the sleeve feed down until it passes the bottom of the mandrel. We'll jog the knife so it'll slice it off, and then you should be ready to go. So to change out the sleeve roll, I'm just going to pull on both sides of this bar. Remove the springs. The side plate will come right off. Remove the core. Remove the core inner rings. These are custom made for your core. Slide this on. Side plate back on. Springs. You want to center the shaft between the roll. Push the springs in with your thumbs. Push it right in. So after the roll is changed, here's the process on feeding it through the rollers. You can go either under this one or you can go over. But since the direction is going this way, I'm going to go under. Over this one. Loosen this handle. Move this up. Go over this one, the top one. go through the knurled roller under this roller and over the second. Now pull some down and go to the other side. Now this slack is going to go under this top bar, over the front top roller, push it through the brush, feed it through the sensor, and pull it through the lower brush. And now we're going to put it through the perforator. After the film has been fed through the rollers, you'll feed it over the mandrel, and then we're going to put some slack down so we can set the sensor. So I referenced the previous video on placing the film over the mandrel. Right now we're simply going to move this out of the way so I can show you how to program the sensor. So we want to make sure the power's on the panel, and what we're going to do is when there's no film blocking the reference point, we're going to push the center button, hold it down for 3 seconds, and then click it one more time. And up above, you should see no amber light. That's the indicator light that it's on. It should be off. Feed some through. Make sure this is up when you're trying to pull this down. And so this is basically a supply loop. And when I block the sensor, you should see the amber light come on, meaning it's reading the film. Off. And then when it's blocked, it should be on. So once you know your sensor is reading, what we're going to do is we're going to engage the pressure roller. Just gently push down on it. Hold it, and then tighten the hand. Just like that. So if your film has a registration mark, what we're going to do is we're going to program the sensor to read the registration mark. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to feed it through right on the mark. The light should turn on. We're going to push the positive sign until the light starts blinking, release, and it should be programmed. We're going to test and see if it is programmed correctly. So we're going to feed the film down away from the registration mark, make sure the sensor's off the entire way. And then when it comes up to the mark, sensor should be on. Now you're going to want to go to your screen and make sure that option's enabled. So make sure use registration sensor is on, and it will feed to the mark. If you don't have a registration mark, keep that off, and here's how you set your cut length. So if you have the alternate sensor, the Tritronic, it's the same process to program. We're going to push and hold this left button for 3 seconds, and then release. Now here's where your speeds are located. Your dispensed target speed. This is how fast the servo rollers are going to feed. This is the acceleration time. This is initial speed, pulses per second. You have a conveyor speed, your screw, which is in bottles per minute, and your placer speed. And your placer is right here. Now we'll go to positions. Now what this does is after the sensor is made, it's going to go off of pulses on the revolution. So you'll set this according to your bottle size. So for this particular bottle, we use 80, and you'll just play around with it. You'll put a higher number or lesser number until you get it feeding directly over the bottle. Here's where you turn the perforator on and off, knife on and off. Here's your jog menu. You can cycle your knife, placer wheel, supply. And here's your fault times. So if the outfeed is not seeing any bottle, you set that time there. If the sensor is clear for too long, you're gonna set this time, however long you want that to be. And if the feed off delay is not feeding, or you want it to feed or fault sooner, you'll adjust this time here. So the settings we use for testing is we kept them all at 5 seconds. So if there's no film for 5 seconds, it will fault. If the bottle's stationary for too long, it will fault. And if there's no bottle for too long, it will fault. All in 5 seconds. If you're not using the placer wheel, then what you want to do is you want to make sure this is off. If you are using it, make sure it's on. So to set your knife height, what we have is indicator right here for each height that you can reset it to the same place. To lower, you're going to turn this direction, and to raise, you're going to turn this direction. So to set the position of the perforator, you're going to raise and lower this by loosening the side bolts and tighten them back up. And you want to adjust it so it's perfing right at your cut mark.